So I don't know how we got to the hotel room. He went into the bathroom, undressed, and came out in a robe. I told him I needed to go back to the hotel. I could barely stand up, and I was either going to pass out or get very sick. He made me kneel down, and I'm not going to repeat what happened next. All I know is that it was the most horrifying thing that could happen to any young woman. And I have daughters. The next thing I remember is I was in the Rolls Royce profusely vomiting. I apologized, and the driver said I wasn't the first. I've lived with this shame and this guilt of thinking it was somehow my fault. But it wasn't. Because if I hadn't have been drugged, I would have never ended up in a hotel room with him, ever. And he knew that.
Mr. Cosby was our host. We ate and drank. I became ill. I vaguely remember coming back from the bathroom. The next thing I remember was I was sort of awake in a bed with no clothes, and there was Mr. Cosby in a robe, crawling from the bottom of the bed. I was incapacitated and couldn't say no. He engaged in sexual activity with me. It was not consensual. I was afraid to call out. He left. I didn't know where I was. My only thought was I had to get dressed and get out of there. I did not say anything to anyone. Who would believe me? I have worked and tried to live my life. When I heard the other women, I said, "Oh my God, that is what happened to me." I couldn't believe it. I had to search my mind over and over. I replayed it over and over because I don't take this lightly.